Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel Mo Digging. Good to see you once again. Well, as you can tell, the weather got really bad again this week, but before it did, I managed to go on 2 separate hunts this week and found some pretty interesting things to share with you. So we're going to go out, do a little bit of digging, and have some fun. So let's get straight to it. Well, thank God the snow is gone. I can finally get out and do a little bit of treasure hunting. Here's my first 2 coins of the hunt. This was actually the first one I popped out of the ground. Got myself a copper penny. Looks like it might be a 1979. So there's a copper penny. And then right over here, got myself a zinc penny. So we got 2 cents in the first few minutes of the hunt. Hopefully we'll find some good stuff this week. Well, I have not been finding much these last 30 to 45 minutes, but I just got myself an 85 signal, which is between a penny dime signal and a quarter signal. So it's usually like a piece of aluminum, but can also be silver. And I think I have just that right here. So let's take a look together. I'm going to attempt to show you guys what the signal sounded like. It's actually right here. It's bounced around 85, 86. And it's usually like a quarter signal. It's a little below a quarter most of the time. I kind of had to pop around in this plug a little bit to find it. And it's actually sitting right here. It was just below the grass. I've got a ring sitting there, and it looks to be silver. It's in this really frozen ground. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can pop this out of here with just one hand. Oh my God. I'm going to have to pop back in because that thing is just frozen in the ground. But I think I got some silver here. Give me just a moment. Well, I really wish I had shown you guys this ring coming out of the dirt clod right there. Couldn't do it with one hand, but I've got it cleaned up now, and it's actually a pretty good looking ring. Take a look at this. With how this thing rang up in the ground, I'm fairly positive that's actually a silver ring. It's got a big stone in there, at least one big stone and 2 on the side, I should say. But somebody was obviously wearing this. It's been pretty well worn. It's a pretty ring. Doesn't have any markings that I could see. But with an 85, 86 signal, that's almost certainly silver. Don't know if those are diamonds. Highly, highly doubt it. Usually you'd have this in a gold setting. But yeah, that's a cool ring. We will take it. If there's any markings in it, I'll show you guys later. But we're going to keep detecting. That's a good start to this hunt. Well, this was just a big ugly signal. It was jumping between iron and 70 signal, which can be like brass sometimes, or aluminum. But I just got myself my first car key for the week, or first key. Oh, and you know what? It's got a fob there, it looks like. So that's kind of cool. A Ford. Some sort of Ford key. Hadn't been out here too long. It was basically in the grass. But that's pretty cool. That is our first key for the week. Just had myself a really shallow 65 signal, which is usually a ring pull tab, and I popped it out of the ground, and it's actually a ring. Don't think it's silver, but we'll take a look at it. It was not very deep. It's actually sitting right here. It's just a little kid's ring, little heart ring. Yeah, that's more than likely some sort of pot metal. I can feel some of the underlying base metal poking out, just rubbing on it. So it's a little heart, so it's kind of a cool little ring, but nothing precious or semi-precious, unfortunately. We'll put that away. Well, to my complete and utter surprise, I've got my first silver coin for 2022. It was a low tone, so I wasn't expecting this, but here's why. Take a look at this. So right here is one of the very few silver coins that'll ring up low like this. It was ringing up at about a 60 or 61 on the Fisher Goldbug Pro. At about 6 inches down, I pulled this out, and I can perfectly tell what that is. Anywhere else I wouldn't be able to tell, except that it's still shiny in the ground. But that is going to be a Philadelphia Mint World War II silver nickel, a wartime nickel. That is really cool. I found, I think, 6 of these last year. These have a very, very low silver content, 35% actually. The rest of it is manganese and copper, I believe. I'll get my water out. Give me just a moment. They don't clean up very well sometimes. I put usually a little bit of lemon juice on these things, a little bit of acid to clean them up. But yeah, that's a silver war nickel. They made these between 1942 and 1945. Oof, having a difficult time cleaning it up. But give me just a second, and we'll get a proper date off that. It might be 1944. Well, there she is, folks. It's a pretty chewy coin. I believe it is a 1944. And then up here above Monticello, you got a little P right there for Philadelphia. It's these wartime nickels. They put the mint mark up there just to designate that they were had silver in them. They wanted to conserve the metal nickel during the Second World War. So not at all a bad find. The very first silver coin for the new year. We're going to put that away and keep on detecting. I am certainly looking for jewelry this week. I'd like to find a nice gold ring for the new year, but I don't know that I'm really happy to find this. Some sort of little, I don't know if that's a belly button piece of jewelry, a ring or something like that. It's got a little star diamond there, but it's not exactly that nice. So we'll put it away and keep detecting. It is the kind of signals, though, that sometimes gold rings will ring up as. So we'll put it in the bag. Well, I thought I had a piece of gold here just for a second. This is actually, I think it's like a bracelet or something like that. But man, it came out of the ground looking good. It's actually just like some sort of plated pot metal. But it looked good coming out of the ground. Gosh darn it. We're going to keep hunting around for a little while. It's starting to get a little dark. Just had myself a pretty shallow 79 signal up here by the road. And that's usually like a zinc penny or a key or something like that. But every once in a while, you'll get an older wheat penny that'll ring up like that. This looks to be a relatively old one, a pretty slick one. I don't know that I'm going to get much of a date out there. I can see the 19. If I'm able to clean it up anymore, I'll let you guys know. It's thin and bent and not in great shape, but it's got to be an older wheat penny. So we'll put it in the bag too and get back to it. This might be my last find for the hunt. What the heck? It's actually the day after I found that first silver nickel, and I think I got another one. This one was ringing up just a little bit higher. It was actually like a 64 signal at about 4 or 5 inches down, and it's got to be a silver nickel. Take a look at this. Wow, what are the freaking chances that I got another silver nickel this week? I only got, I think, 6 last year. They're kind of a difficult coin to dig up if you're not digging the low tones. But that's got to be another one. I'm pretty freaking sure about that. I ran out of water a while ago. Looks like it's another Philadelphia coin. It's pretty hard to damage these ones. I don't like rubbing on silver coins, but of all the coins to rub on, the war nickels are not such a big deal. There's no key dates or anything like that, and they don't survive in the ground very well. But yeah, that's another silver war nickel. What the heck? That is awesome. I'll clean it up later and throw some pictures up for you guys to see that. That is an awesome find. So we're going to keep detecting. Well, here's exactly why I dig the big ugly signals. I thought for sure I had a big piece of the can. It was a jumpy signal. It was kind of a high tone jumping all over the place, but it wasn't. It was actually a little pile of coins sitting in the ground, a little coin spill. So dig those big signals, even if they don't sound great. Looks like I got an extra 65 cents here. Not terribly old coins, but we'll take it. That's the best coin spill I've had all week, and it'll go towards buying something cool, an old coin. So we'll take it. Here's a pretty common find for me, and especially one that I found out at this location. Let's take a look. Yes, sir, I've got to find one of these just about every week now, and I've got a huge collection of them at home. It's a Cub Scout slide. This is actually for the Weeblos. It's been out here a while. It's pretty full of dirt, but yeah, you'd wear this with your neckerchief for the Cub Scouts, so not a bad find. Now this was an ugly deep signal. I almost didn't dig it, but way down there, probably 8 inches down, I just pulled that out of the ground. It's the battered remains of a pocket knife. There's not much left of it, but it's still pretty cool. Haven't found a pocket knife in just a little while, so we will take it. Well, I'm back at the house now, you guys, and as you can tell, there's been a winter storm that's blown in, but we are going to take a few moments to go over the board of finds for the week. Well, I've definitely had boards that were more full than this, you guys. But thank God I got to go out and metal detect this week before the snow set in. Oh my gosh, we're up to at least 3 or 4 inches already. But do have a little stash of stuff to show off to you guys. I ended up with about $8 and change this week. Got some clad quarters, some nickels, some dimes, and then some pennies, zinc pennies and copper pennies. There were quite a few coins on top of the ground, actually. I went out to an area where people had recently been sledding, so I found a little bit of modern change. We'll go around the board just a little bit. I got myself a little super glue container right there. Piece of junk, some grommets, piece of lead. I think that, or it might be zinc or something like that. Broken pocket knife. I got a pair of glasses. It has a little piece of metal on it still, so that's the one thing that rang up on the detector. There was a lighter sitting in the grass, half buried. Got a little pile of pull tabs this week. Not as many as I normally find, but I found a few of those. Got one zip tab. Those are from the early 1960s. So one thing that was a little bit older out there in terms of pull tabs. Got myself one key this week, a Ford key with the fob still on it. Got that weird little bracelet right there. Pretty junky. Thought I had something when I first pulled it out of the ground, but unfortunately not. Here's a piece of some sort of buckle. I haven't cleaned that off all the way yet, but it's older. Got one zipper. Thought I'd find more of that kind of stuff. I got this Weeblo's neckerchief slide. That's kind of cool. Find a lot of those. I got one dog tag right there. Some sort of little leaf tag or something like that. Don't know exactly what that is. There's that little loop. Here's this little ring that I found. It's a little junky, but still kind of cool. And then my best finds for the week, I got this little buttony thing sitting in the grass. I thought I had a piece of silver with this item. It's a broken piece of probably an angel or something like that. It's actually pot metal. You can see the junky metal underneath the plating. Got one wheat penny for this week. It's a 19 teens. God, I cannot quite read the date on it. Might be a 1918. It's a little bent up and not in great shape, but got at least one wheat penny for the week. Somehow I got 2 silver coins this week, which is pretty awesome. I didn't think I'd find any, but I ended up with 2. And oddly enough, they're 2 war nickels from the Second World War. Both of these coins are 35% silver, and I think they're both 1944 Philadelphia mints. Not in great shape, but I'll take them. They're still silver coins, so I'm very happy with that. My best find for the week was I did manage to get a nice little ring there. It's actually marked 925. I couldn't read it out while I was out hunting, but right in there it's marked 925. So got a little bit of silver this week. I only was out for about 6.5 hours, but still managed to get 3 pieces of silver, so not too bad. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching the channel. Had a lot of fun this week before the weather got really bad, but did manage to find my first silver coin for the new year and had some fun. So please stay safe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye now.